So here we are. It's Kingdom Hearts 3. Finally, I've done it. It's my first review, so, like, comment, do those things that you do on YouTube. But here's a review. There's a spoiler. There's lots of spoilers. I'm not really holding back. I don't see a reason to hold back. This game has been out for a while, and if you wanted to play it, you should have played it. And if you really want to play it and you don't want spoilers, then don't watch this. Play it, then watch this. But seriously, still watch this. I want to know what you think of me. It makes me feel good on the inside. You could be the key to my heart and save me from the darkness. So let's get into this. Here we are with these beautiful graphics and amazing voice actors and actresses. Don't want to leave them out either. But finally, we got Kingdom Hearts 3. It only took like 18 years or something crazy after 12 games, 11 games, too many games, and now we're finally made it to 3. So if you're a sad, pathetic soul who didn't play the old games like I did, and I went through the torture and torment of some of these bullshit games to get to this moment, you can watch Story So Far. You can sit back and relax and watch a Moogle tell you about Kingdom Hearts 1 and how a boy found a key, and then Chain of Memories, and how some little witch, yes, witch, because it's a Disney game, we don't use that B word, she meddled with your memories. And then you have the one where they couldn't figure out how to divide, and it was 356 over 3 days, or I don't fucking remember. It's a stupid name for a game, but you can watch it talk about that. And then you can watch more about Riku's story and learn about how he was an emo little bitch for a while and then decided he wanted to go towards the light. Hell, maybe he found Jesus in the meantime. I don't fucking know, but he decided to walk towards dawn. And then finally you get into Kingdom Hearts 2 and you can learn about the Seekers of Darkness and the Nobodies. There's too many games. That's why we're going through all this fucking nonsense. So there you go. Now you know the beginning of the fucking Kingdom Hearts story, and you've learned so much of this convoluted, obnoxious story that I love so much. That's why I'm still playing these games. But now let's dive into the mechanics of the game. You're going to go in and you're going to realize that you've lost all of your abilities again. Why? How many times does Sora have to start all over again? Apparently the last time he just went into too deep of a sleep. He didn't want to wake up and had lost all of his fucking abilities. In your menus, you'll also be able to upgrade your teammates, including the ones you'll pick up along the way. You also get your usual shortcut menu, but you will get 3 shortcut menus you'll be able to switch through, and it makes life a hell of a lot fucking easier. But that's not all the stuff that's returning in this game. You have Flowmation is coming around, so you'll be able to parkour across the worlds and hurt enemies in the meantime. You also get form changes, as well as the ability to do Zaga magic, which is like a 4th level magic that you otherwise won't have access to without these combo attacks. There's other fun things that are showing up in this game, which are attractions. If you attack a specific enemy, and you'll have the ability to summon an attraction like the pirate ship, the spinning teacups that make everyone vomit, the Buzz Lightyear game where your friends can shoot your enemies and you can shoot them too. You also have the merry-go-round. Merry-go-round requires a bit more specific timing on what you're doing, because if you get your ring in there, you'll do extra damage when you get an excellent. You'll also have water ride rapid tube thing. Some of these attractions will actually only be available during boss battles, much like the minecart ride. Sometimes they throw in these moments where you get to play as Riku. You'll have Mickey on your team, and you'll get his mechanics, he has moves that you don't get otherwise when you play as Sora, like Dark Faraga and Double Duel. So Riku will offer you a bit of a change of pace when you're playing through as him, although, quite honestly, I wish I had more opportunity to play as him. He was a lot of fun. Moogles are making their return. You'll be able to go to the Moogle shop, and of course you'll be able to buy your items that you fucking lost because you fell asleep, and apparently your friends robbed you in your goddamn sleep. That's why you don't have your fucking items. You'll also be able to synthesize items, so you'll be able to get things you otherwise won't be able to buy in the shop. And new to this game, in the Moogle shop, you'll be able to upgrade your Keyblades. And they get pretty powerful as you get onto the game, but it's going to take you a while. You'll have to get through to the final worlds to be able to do that. Gummy ships make their return, except this time in a more open world fashion. So used to just kind of be a bit streamlined. Now they kind of open it up and you'll be able to fly around in the space in between the worlds. Things will show up like treasure spheres. Summons are back, except this time they decided links were the better option, but you'll be able to call your friends and get some help. So there you go. That's your mechanics for the game. You'll have plenty of these text boxes that'll pop up that'll show you how to do different things like Flowmation and explain the attractions, stuff like that. But now you've got your basics down. You're ready to get into the game. Let's start some fucking tutorials. That's right. We're doing combat tutorial. And you've done your tutorial and you're ready to go. Then you're getting into the game. Cool little cutscene. You're in a gummy ship looking out into like the emptiness of space because that's just crazy. Got all these worlds and nothing's connected. But let's open up a wormhole and let's take off. What are we gonna get? We're gonna get a title screen, of course, right? That's what always comes after something like this epic, right? What the fuck? Kingdom Hearts 2.9? Oh, Square Enix actually gets the joke. They've put out 500 different games, including 3 remakes that went up to 2.8. So let's get into some of the worlds that you're going to hit. You'll see Olympus, which will give you Hercules and all of his fine fellows. You'll spend some time back in Twilight Town, although it's truncated and kind of disappointing, in my opinion. You don't get the mansion. It just misses a lot. You'll be able to travel to the Toy Box and hang out with your friends from Toy Story. You'll get to go to the Kingdom of Corona and see all of the great sights of Tangled. It's very, very foresty. Monstropolis will offer you a chance to revisit Monsters, Inc., where you'll get to hang out with Sully and Mike Wazowski. And back from every other game, you got 100 Acre Woods. And in case you needed your Frozen fix, including a whole song, Arendale's here. Jack Sparrow's back in the Caribbean, where you'll get to sail the Caribbean, because you can't sail all 7 seas, just the Caribbean. Big Hero 6 is making its debut with San Francisco. Nothing better than fighting by the side of Baymax. And be sure to pay your respects at the Keyblade Graveyard. And in case you need the trope, we do have a final world of an afterlife. It's about as bleak as you think it is. So for story reasons, apparently Square Enix decided, let's turn Sora into a fucking millennial. Give him a cell phone and make him an old man at the same time because he doesn't know how to use the fucking thing. I don't know how. Seriously, why give him a cell phone? Oh, so he can take selfies. These lucky emblems are all over the place. You'll be searching for them constantly, and you'll just because you want the upgrades that'll come along with them. At some point in the game, you'll come across this and think, holy shit, I'm finally getting some Final Fantasy characters in my Kingdom Hearts. No, you're wrong. It's Toy Story. Yeah, that's right. You get 0 Final Fantasy characters here. So here we are. We've got another trope of the Kingdom. We have another trope of the Kingdom Hearts series that's going to make its return, and that's the order. Thank you, Donald and Goofy. Like I was trying to say, Donald's magic will come around and it'll change Sora into different shapes so it can keep the order. All right, that's enough, guys. Let me get back to the review. God damn it, just go on. Organization 13 will show up on pretty much every world with a different member of the organization. For some reason, they really need to make themselves known, and they want you to know that they're really looking for some sort of heart connection. It's going to get kind of ridiculous, and it kind of overstays its welcome. But they'll show up. You'll get to see a bunch of them, and it'll help you, I guess, further your understanding of what this new Organization 13 is, because we've already killed the first Organization 13 if you've watched the story so far. But all right, so here you are. You've got the crew together. You've got everybody. Even Kyrie and Axel are here. Or Leon, or whatever the fuck he wants to go by these days. As I said earlier, we're going to hit tons of tropes. A final world where Sora's dead. A climactic boss fight where you're going to fight villains that you fought in previous Kingdom Hearts games. Oh shit! They even ice Kyrie. Yes, your girlfriend gets fridged. So now we're going to get into what might be the most frustrating aspect of this game for me.
Okay, who's the new pest?
Maleficent and Pete show up. Here we are. Oh, cool. We've got the original Darkness crew. They're showing up. Maybe we'll get them in this. It'll create a little bit of conflict and extra bits in the game. They're looking for some black box. What's this all about? Oh, hey, look. They even meet Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Pete has the bright idea of, let's beat them up. They look weak because we slept too long again. Let's explain this. We slept too long and lost our powers. Someone explain that to me. Still, seriously, we're almost at the end of this review. I don't get it. We slept too long. But hey, they could beat us up. Maleficent says, no, we don't want to do that. We just want a black box. But that's not even the only time they show up on Olympus. You come back later on and they're digging. They're still looking for the box. Apparently this box is really important if we're going to put this much effort in the beginning of the game, right? You wouldn't bother to spend, 2 different cutscenes. Actually, no, sorry. This is the third cutscene. The third cutscene on Olympus, where we're still talking about a black box. Pete even manages to come across a box. It's Pandora's box. You're on Olympus with Pandora's box. Why wouldn't you use that at any point in the game? That would have been an incredible plot point. You could have actually made Olympus far more interesting with that.
I agree.
But hey, nope. We've run out of time to find the black box, so let's move on. Oh, here it is, in the secret cutscene. The entire game was hinging on that. But I digress. So let's move on to some mini games. Little Chef shows up from Ratatouille. He's opened up a shop, but he can't obviously make the food himself. That would be unsanitary. So we'll just have him stand in your hair, and he'll control you while you chop food. That one's really easy. I don't know why that's in there so often. This one can go fuck itself because for some reason my joysticks wouldn't really comprehend that I was trying to go in circles. But those aren't the only mini games. You have the flans that show up on each of the worlds. They'll give you special ingredients and abilities, and if you'll know you got them because they'll do this fun little dance for you when you get a high enough score. Mini games will differ on each world. You'll run into them and collide, knock them off in one world. You'll collect them in another, and then you'll shoot them in a third. Some of the worlds will actually have their own special stuff like sledding. And then for some reason, they also added in this old school, gamepad gaming thing that I remember doing when I was a child on very long car rides. And more often than not, these came in Happy Meals. And 100 Acre Woods shows back up with mini games, this time kind of boring with just matchmaking. So here we are. That was the review. That's everything I really have to tell you. Obviously, I don't understand some of the plot holes in this game. There's plenty of gaming tropes. Those are in every game. That's why they're gaming tropes. But I guess it needs a number, right? We got to give this something. Well, I have to take away for the fact that we spent a whole game with Maleficent and Pete showing up, searching for a black box that they never really do anything with. I mean, it's a payoff for saying, hey, we're going to make Kingdom Hearts 4. And I'm going to guess it's going to take them about 20 years considering how long it took them to get 3. So we got that. We got a plethora of mini games, which was kind of cool. Some of them are a bit of a letdown, like 100 Acre Woods. Gameplay was really good. And honestly, this might be the most straightforward story that Kingdom Hearts has ever had. Probably the easiest thing to follow along with. So, I mean, other than the game's a little easy, but by the time this is out, there might be a critical mode in play. So then you actually have a challenge involved for future use. But for me personally, I do enjoy it. I had a lot of fun. I give it a hell of a lot of crap because that's who I am. Listen to the podcast, listen to other recordings that we do. That's who I am. For me, I would still give this high marks. I'm going to go with 8 Keyblades out of 10. So if you like this, hit the like button, subscribe, and press the little bell thing that's somewhere on the page. You'll want to do that if you want to see more of this kind of stuff in the future, along with the other videos we put out. But until then, leave a comment, and we'll get back to you. Bye.